Ferrari Luce is an amazing looking product, but a horrible looking Ferrari.
Quello che penso farei del male alla Ferrari. Si rischia la distruzione di un mito. Mi dispiace moltissimo.
Let me explain why. As a designer's perspective, you might be wondering what is going on in the Ferrari design department. First of all, you have to understand that this was not designed in-house. It was designed by an agency called LoveFrom, which was founded by a legendary Apple product designer, Jony Ive, and a legendary industrial designer, Marc Newson. So why did Ferrari work with a product design firm? The chief designer of a company is not the final decision maker. The final decision maker is the owner or the CEO or the members of the board. Flavio Manzoni, which is the chief designer of Ferrari for more than a decade now, has created one of the most fabulous Ferrari designs. But since a couple of years ago, there were some hit and miss designs from Ferrari. For example, the F80, the 12-cylindry, SC40, and the new Testarossa. My speculation is that after a couple of these cars from Ferrari, the top management required the Ferrari design team to shake things up a little bit. And the best way to do that is to hire an agency, an outside agency, to design the exterior of the new Ferrari. Now, imagine you're a designer of a company and then the top management decides to hire a different agency to design their cars. What do you think the designers are going to be like? Oh, thank you. They're going to design the most beautiful Ferrari ever. Or would they be like, all right, let's see what they got. We're not going to help you. We're going to show you how effed up it gets from here. I think it's the latter. So the so-called renowned design firm has designed the Ferrari Luce, and the design team, I think they didn't give any input. And yes, it came out, the Ferrari Luce, the worst looking Ferrari ever. Now, what's really wrong with this car? There's three fundamental things wrong in this car, and it's the proportions, it's the stance, it's the lines. I want to touch base on the plan view and just look at the shape of this car. This is not a car. This is a mouse. This is literally a mouse. I mean, the mouse looks beautiful as a product design, but if you put four wheels in this, it would not look beautiful as an automotive object. Because products, you don't need to run 100 miles per hour. It's a static object. But cars, they run 100 miles and even up to 200 miles per hour. And it's not a static object. It's an emotional object. Look at this plan view. It looks very close to an Apple mouse. So what happened to the beautiful plan shapes the Ferraris had? All the emotional plan shape, the fenders, the rear fenders. And unfortunately, it's not just the plan shape. First of all, the proportion doesn't look like a Ferrari. It looks very tall, it looks very stubby, and it looks heavy. Obviously, it will look much better if the proportions were like this, huge wheels and a very thin body. But I understand it's an EV. You can't do this. The reason why is because there is a battery on the bottom, and then there needs to be passengers sitting at the front, at the back, which makes the roof incredibly tall. But there are ways to trick this. There were so many fundamentally wrong aspects of the proportion. First of all, how I would have done it with exactly the same proportion is I would have gave a little bit more color on the roof. I would have gave way more curvature on the rear, emphasize the fender much more, and give a lot of plan shape in the body so that it emphasizes the stance. I would have gave way more aggressive lines to the side skirts and give way more sexier silhouette. Now let's go to the front. I think the front view, especially the front quarter view, reveals way bigger problems than just the side view. All of these lines are so static. What I would have done, keeping the same proportion, is I would have gave these lines way more automotive and stretched the headlamps, gave it a way more fender, emphasize on the dynamic silhouette, give way more body shape, not making this so square, but giving it a bit more emphasis of aggression. With these changes, you can immediately tell that the car looks much more aggressive and it has better stance and the proportion is better. Now, let's talk about the worst part of this car. The side view is really bad, the front view is really bad, but the rear is the worst part of the car. First of all, this black is so tall. The fundamental rule of automotive design is to make the lower have more strength and the top being a little bit more slimmer. But here, as you see, number one, the top looks even heavier than the diffuser. And these slim lights don't help at all, which creates this really heavy shoulder that is sitting like this. What I would have done is to change it up a little bit. I've made the car exactly the same proportion, but what I did was first, I lowered all the graphics. The shoulder is way more wider by going lower. I made this black way more slim than the original. By doing this, you create that stance of a triangular shape versus this looks like it's inverted triangle. So this is my 5-minute breakdown of the Ferrari Luce. These are kind of the design failures that happens when a product designer takes over the automotive design field. It shares under the same roof of a design, but their expertise is so different and the emotional aspect of it is completely different. I want to touch base on the headlamps before I finish. Did you notice that this is actually not the headlamp for the Ferrari Luce? They hid the main lamp under the black gloss part here. This is the headlamp. But people don't understand. They think, oh, how can they make a very thin headlamp? No, but they hid the main lamp in the bottom. And this is what I want to touch base with you guys on the next episode. Why are modern cars getting slimmer and slimmer headlamps? So if you want to hear about that story, make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification.